let's just jump right in. The truth about tarot and manifestation. I'm going to start with tarot. And this is what people aren't talking about, or nobody wants to seem to tell you. Maybe it's because they don't really know, or maybe they're afraid or have fear surrounding it for whatever reason. First of all, with tarot, there are many different types of readers. You have those who are truly psychic, truly mediums, true channelers, highly intuitive, and then you have people who more or less read the cards because they've memorized what the cards are meant to mean, no intuition, and then you have the ego readers, those who are more or less reading from their ego, from their experience or victim-victor energy, right? And there's nothing wrong with any of those. You're going to be drawn to whatever you're drawn to. There's nothing wrong with tarot. It just depends on what it is that you're looking for. Are you looking for somebody who's more intuitive, or are you just wanting verbatim what the book says about each card? And it's really not a one size fits all. It's the ability to pick and choose and in essence use your free will to do so, right? So there's no shade. It doesn't matter what category that you're looking for or that these specific readers fit into, unless you are specifically looking for something. However, what I will say is when it comes to tarot, it is energy, right? So unless you're getting a personal reading, you are getting whatever energy they're putting out. So to explain it, if you're doing a collective reading like the ones that you see on YouTube, it is going to be for a large group of people. So if you're drawn to it, there is possibly no message at all for you. There could be a little smidgy of that whole reading that is for you, or an entire reading could be for you. This is where we hit a slippery slope, however, because when it comes to tarot, the sitter is, well, I guess it depends on the reader, but me, for instance, I'm channeling messages and I'm reading energy. And I'm reading the energy as it sits now and the projected where it's going to lead you. And when you're reading energy, you know the trajectory somebody's on, unless they're in the midst of shifting. The energy is just going to, especially if they're on a repetitive cycle, continue. So there's that. And then there's channel messages where it could be for one person or whomever. I just always trust that whoever's meant to receive the message receives it, right? The slippery slope is, now there's the tarot readers, and then there's the sitters. You would be considered the sitter. And this is where it gets tricky. So if you're being intuitively guided or guided by your higher self to watch a reading, there definitely could be a message in there for you. And that's where we follow our intuition, our higher guidance. It's not something where we're constantly seeking answers and wanting to, I got to know what happens next, because that would be a different kind of sitter. So the first sitter would be somebody who's like, doesn't watch tarot on a consistent, regular basis, just when they're kind of like, oh gosh, I feel like, it's no different than asking spirit for some kind of guidance and then being drawn to a book, and you open the book to the perfect page and there's your answer, right? Then you have the people who are giving their power away, and that literally is the rest of the category. There's the one that is not, who's just following intuitive hits or divinely guided action, and then there's the ones that give their power away. So the ones that are giving their power away are the ones who find themselves in situations and they are trying to seek answers. Instead of going within, they are looking for somebody or something else to reassure them or tell them what's going to happen next. And again, there's nothing wrong. You are where you are. We all are where we are. There's no right or wrong. It just is an awareness, right? Having the awareness of what it is, what category necessarily we fit into. So the ones who are giving their power away can be in several categories as well. You've got the ones who are just kind of lost and or going through a specific situation and they're just trying to find answers. And then you have another group which are coming from an ego, I feel like they both are, but coming from an ego perspective where they may get a reading that has the answer, but it's not fitting their narrative. And so they watch another one and another one and another one until they hear what they want to hear. Not what they're meant to hear, what they want to hear. And that's very dangerous. And so there is a slippery slope. There is a danger when it comes to allowing tarot to be the ruler of your life. Allowing yourself to continuously give your power away. And it's not just tarot. Let's be clear here. This is an energy that you're embodying on a consistent, continuous basis in all aspects of your life. Whether you're constantly going to a friend for advice, or you're constantly going to the doctors or Google or whatever. It's a detachment from your inner guidance is what it is. And then the latter one where it's all about the ego, well, again, it's not wanting to accept whatever energy you've put out there and insisting it's a control issue, right? So you can get to a point where you're watching hundreds of tarot readings a day, 50 tarot readings a day. It doesn't matter. That is just giving your power away. So again, no shade to any kind of reader and no shade to any kind of sitter. It's literally just an awareness that I'm putting out there. So for me, I would prefer that you take your power back. Let's move into the manifestation. In fact, I'm going to make a timestamp so I can do timestamps here. So when it comes to manifestation, law of attraction, karma, all the same thing. Again, there's numerous videos on manifesting, and you can get some I don't want to say cross-contamination, although that's what popped to my head. You can get different perspectives, if you will, when it comes to how to manifest, and it can get very confusing. So when it comes to manifestation, again, lots of videos out there, endless videos. Manifesting is something you're doing every second of every day, and it's coming from something within you, right? So it is your subconscious, your paradigm, your I heard packaging, your control, whatever you were programmed with from frankly conception, and for some even past lives, things can be carried over, and then we hold on to this programming, and then we just replay over and over again. And it's interesting that once you are able to see that, how clear it becomes that you've been living these cycles over and over again, different faces, different places. The idea of time is what not only makes it hard to understand or see that you're manifesting your own reality, but it also makes it hard to see the cycles that you are manifesting. So a again, no shade on anybody who's creating the manifesting videos. I myself do them as well as the tarot videos. But my true desire with any kind of manifestation video is to shift your perception, shift your paradigm, help you to understand a lasting shift. And inevitably, my desire is that you take your power back, that you no longer need to watch the videos unless you're called to, like not a daily occurrence, but a rarity, if you will. So the manifestation videos are great, and they're not necessarily wrong. I mean, I can't tell you everybody who's making them, so I can't, you know, say with 100% accuracy that everybody is 100% correct. But what I will tell you is that the majority out there are 100% accurate. Yes, you can manifest. It is real. Just like tarot is real. It is a reading of energy. You can create, not even create. I don't like the word create, although I do use it a lot. And I feel like I'm in the midst of shifting out of that verbiage, because there's nothing that is destroyed or created. It's already here. So you can embody whatever you desire, whatever creation you desire. The issue is that a lot of people get stuck or don't believe it's true because they can't see it happening. And they also don't want to admit that they're creating the stuff they don't want along with the stuff that they do want. And these videos are great, but they're tools, right? So when you have tools, like tarot is a tool, it is wonderful to have these tools when you might be drawn to use these tools, or as a reminder, right? However, there's something so much deeper. And what is deeper is that until you shift your internal, even if you were to watch this video and manifest, and it's going to be different. That's another thing. It's going to be different for everybody. It's going to depend on the internal programming you have and how defined it is in opposition of what you desire compared to other people. So let me break that down. I want to manifest the love of my life. Well, I don't have a lot of blocks programming against that. I only have a few, mild, no big deal. I want to manifest the love of my life, but I have tremendous blocks from the programming, from many, many situations I have been in that contradict what it is that I desire. So this is subconscious. You're not mentally aware that it's contradicting. You don't see any difference. Why did they get the person that they, within weeks, they've met the love of their life and everything's great and wonderful? I've been trying for like 10 years and I keep getting dud after dud after dud, right? So it's going to depend on the subconscious. And I always push down here for the subconscious, which is interesting. Either way, there's things imprinted in you that is your programming, and it's on a subconscious level, meaning consciously you're not aware of it. Now, the beautiful thing about manifestation and AKA the law of attraction, karma, is that everything in your 3D is a reflection of what's going on within you. Therefore, you can actually consciously become aware of what's going on in here. So again, there's nothing wrong with the manifestation videos. There's nothing wrong with the tarot videos at all. There is no wrong, right? It is what it is. You are where you are. No shame. But if you're following these videos, and some people might actually manifest very quickly, some people might manifest eventually. If you don't do that internal shift, if you don't shift your paradigm, your subconscious, if you don't fill it with the right things, inevitably it will take over. It will go back to what it was. So it's kind of like a rubber band. You can stretch it to shift or move, but inevitably it'll snap back into place. So as wonderful as these videos are, it would behoove you to do the internal adjustment. And once you've done the internal adjustment, not only does your manifesting become so much easier, but it's almost as if you're going to realize that it's not that you don't desire things anymore and you don't want to manifest or create certain things, but things just start coming to you and they're better than you could have ever expected. And the idea of feeling the need to push or pull or manipulate dissipates. So let's go to 1551. At this point, I have an offer. I have a tremendous offer, frankly, which I'm going to get into here in a minute. And this isn't going to be for everybody, not even close. This is going to be for those of you who truly are tired. You've done it all. You've been there. You've done that. You've watched the videos. You have been going through the tarot like obsessively, and you're just tired. You're tired and you don't want to be or do things the way you have been. You're just exhausted and you want change. And you're at a point where you want the change, which is why you've been watching the tarot, why you've been watching the manifesting videos, but you need help. Something isn't jiving, something isn't working, and it's exhausting, and you want to give up, but you want to change your life. This is going to be for you. Because I've been there. And when I hit that point, you could call it a rock bottom, but I think everybody's rock bottom is going to be different. And I've had more than one rock bottom. It's more of a point of, the best way I can say it is like, okay, Jesus, take the wheel, because I can't do this. I don't even know where I'm at anymore. And that's okay. When I hit that point, I delve into books, lots of books, spiritual books, self-help books, anything I could get my hands on to. And that is one way to go about it. It definitely is. But when I was going about all of this, I wasn't aware necessarily of programs or spiritual coaches or anything to that extent. I just knew that I didn't want to go on, and not in like a morbid sense, but I didn't want to continue living the way that I was living. And it just wasn't working for me. And I needed help to figure out how to change it. So again, I read book after book after book. And I did. I changed my life. And it's beautiful. And I love my life. And I love me. However, I was drawn, because I have been coaching for a very long time, but I was drawn to create a step process so that people didn't have to go it alone, that there was an actual process proven. And so I feel like the process wrote itself. I don't necessarily feel like I wrote it. I mean, yes, it was my hand writing it down, but the information was just flowing to me. And it was coming from everything that I had learned, not just through the books, but through spirit and meditation and things of that nature. But it's the 13 steps to transformation. And I actually released pre-recorded videos, which are available in my gratitude group and my spiritual OnlyFans, which is fantastic. That would be for somebody who doesn't feel the need, like, oh, I can watch a video and totally do it on my own, or I want to do it at my own pace, even though it's meant to be straight 13 weeks. And that's wonderful. However, recently, I was drawn to create a coaching service along with it. So this is going to be, again, not for everybody. This is for those who are truly ready to take a leadership role in their own life and to make that shift and change. Those who want to get to a point where they don't have to watch tarot on a consistent regular basis. They don't need to watch videos on they're ready to go live their life. They're ready to manifest with ease and shift out of an old paradigm. That is who this is for. And it's truly also for those who are dedicated and have the drive and desire. Like I was saying with my life, I was at a point where it didn't matter. I was going to get my hands on it and figure it out. It didn't matter how long it took, because I will tell you that this is not for instant gratification. People who want that, oh, overnight I can, and you see the videos, oh, overnight manifest this or that, or you can do it. And maybe some people can. But again, as I discussed, it isn't going to be for everybody, and it's going to depend on your programming. So this is a way to shift that programming and be able to trust yourself, believe in yourself, and know that things are manifesting. There's no need to go ask tarot, is this actually coming? Because there's a major shift and transformation that takes place in this 13-week course that allows you to not have to seek outside of yourself for answers, that allows you to shift your energy to where you're no longer in the victim-victor. It opens up your intuition, your higher faculties. It does so much. It shifts your perception. It shifts your paradigm. It's akin to a gentle spiritual awakening. And what I am offering is, in this 13 weeks to transformation, one-on-one coaching for 1 hour once a week, where we will go over what the week is for the step, and then answer questions and concerns or comments or whatever, to make sure that you are literally, like, I'm holding your hand through the process, literally holding your hand through the process. This is an opportunity, and it's not going to be for everybody. It's for the few who are truly ready. I heard desperate. I don't know if desperate's a good word, but truly ready to shift their reality, truly ready to live their life and live it on purpose, and come from a place of happiness, joy, abundance, love, success. Frankly, again, this isn't going to be for everybody, and that's okay. You are where you are. I also have a limited amount of slots available, because it is truly me. This isn't going to be some random person, and it is on FaceTime. Therefore, you will see me directly. I will be directly working with you. So if this is something that you are interested in, information will be in the description box. You can email me or Facebook message me. Also, if you're not interested in this intensive one-on-one coaching through the 13 weeks to transformation, but you do want to know about the 13 weeks to transformation, you can find the link to the gratitude group and or the spiritual ONLYFANS, where the pre-recorded videos are. They're labeled by step. And I just want to end by saying, again, you are where you are, and there's no shade with any type of reader. There's no shade with any type of videos that are out there. You will attract what it is that you are meant to receive. My purpose is I want you to succeed. I don't want you relying on me for messages on a consistent, spiral, or anybody else for that matter. And I feel like it is incredibly important that you are aware that it can become a very slippery slope and a dangerous cycle, and that there is the ability to shift and change. And there are definitely other coaches out there who can assist with shifting and changing. Always follow your intuition when it comes to that, because you definitely want somebody who, well, I don't know what you want. If it were me, I would want somebody who had already moved through the process. I would want somebody who had already done the work. I would want somebody who knew what they were talking about. But again, to each their own, whatever you're drawn to. I will add that there's a saying that, if you truly desire something, it will come. And if you don't, it will fade. And it's along the same lines of, if you want something, you will find a way. If you don't, you will find an excuse. So again, this offer is not for everybody. I truly only desire to attract those who have that burning desire, who are at, close to, or feel how I did when I finally dove into shifting and changing. And it took me years. There is no quick fix. There really, truly isn't. We're talking about, and it's not even that there's something wrong with you or you're broken. It is literally, or that you have to fix something. It's literally dropping off the burdens. It's like peeling a freaking onion, taking away those programs that no longer serve you, that probably never served you, but either way, it got you to where you are today. So that is what I have for you. I currently am offering this opportunity at roughly 23% off. So again, if you are interested, you can email me and or Facebook message me to get more information. So that is what I have for you. I will see you on the next one.